Welcome back, YouTubers. Thank you for joining me. Today we have a 2012 Toyota Camry. This is the 4-cylinder the 2.5 liter 2AR FE engine. Customer complains that check engine light is on. I scanned the code. There's only one code present. It is a P0301, cylinder number 1 misfire. We go around here to the driver's side. The computer is already plugged in. I don't have a fancy computer yet, but just to show you guys, P0301, cylinder number 1 misfire. So there's a few things we can do to diagnose this this problem. First off, this is cylinder number 1, 2, 3, 4. Cylinder number 1 is always going to be the closest to the crankshaft pulley and the cam gears. So since the cam gears are on this side, this will be cylinder number 1. We're going to go after this cylinder. The first thing you want to do is remove the ignition coil to piston number 1, or whichever piston that you're having trouble with. Remember, if you have 8 cylinders, there's going to be 8 possible codes. But if you have multiple cylinders misfired, then you have multiple codes. So if you have 8 V8, it's going to be P0, all the way to 8. It could be P06, P0307. But that will identify which cylinder you're having trouble with. So in this case, we only have 4 cylinders, and it's throwing P0301. So we're gonna go after this first cylinder. The problem is in this first cylinder. The first thing you want to do is you don't have to unplug the battery, because we're gonna do a compression test, so we need the battery hooked up. But if you're just gonna do a simple ignition coil and spark plug change, you don't need to disconnect the battery. You just swap them out. Clear the code. It should and drive. It should be okay. But we're gonna take a step further. This test right here will separate the mechanics from the parts changers to the person that actually knows how to diagnose a vehicle. Because a vehicle is not just about changing parts and let's go. You have to understand why we're changing the parts. The reason why I'm doing a compression test is because an engine is a giant air pump. Compression is the key to the life of the engine. Without compression, you will not go anywhere, or you will not generate power. Compression is the key. So I always like to do compression, because the compression will tell me the life of the engine. That way I can give it an update to the driver. First thing you want to do, 10mm bolts. It's very simple. 10mm bolts holds all the ignition coils in. Most engines is going to be held in by 10 or 8mm bolts. It's just 10mm bolts. I've already taken it off. I'm going to set it to the side. The ignition coils, squeeze, pull, set it to the side. Ignition coil 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to 1, pull up, right there, bam. I have already loosened it. It takes a 16mm socket, deep socket. Make sure you use a deep socket. It has to be a deep socket, or else you will break the spark plug. Deep, right there, 16. 1/6, or 5/8, whatever you prefer. Once you loosen it up, what I like to do is use the ignition coil itself. Go down there and fish it, bring them out, just like how I showed you guys earlier. It works perfect. The spark plug, they can sure be changed. I advised the customer to change all 4. I like to always change all 4. Every single time I have problems like this, I like to always change all 4. But they stated that they only wanted to just fix this one, which is fine. But I told them that I was going to do a free compression test for them, just to be, courteous. I always like to take care of my customers, because returning customers are the best. So I'm gonna set the phone down. We're gonna continue on the compression test. I already got the spark plug and ignition coil out. So this is my compression test kit. I got it off the big box truck guys. You don't have to get this. I only got it because I needed it so bad at that time, and I didn't have time to go to Harbor Freight and get one. But you can go to Harbor Freight or get one off of Amazon if you guys want. I can put a link down below. Save you guys some money, because you guys don't need this one. I overpaid for this one, honestly, overpriced. I'm not rich. Sometimes I like to get my tools off of the box truck because payments and stuff like that, but you don't have to get this brand. This is the compression test, a basic compression test. Look, it even says right there, basic. You don't have to get all crazy. The next thing you want to do is go over here to the fuse box, flip the cap over, look for the main fuse. The main fuse is going to be this one to the fuel pump. We want to disconnect the fuel pump to do the compression test. You don't want any fuel or anything else going into the compression tester. Then you're gonna hook this up, put it all together, put your compression test down there, thread it in, and then have somebody, which I don't have anybody right here, I'm gonna go in there and crank the engine for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then show you guys the results. As you guys can see, the colors right here, red, blue. I like to see on a low compression engine like this 180 to 200. For a high compression engine, you're looking at about 220, maybe 240. Like on a Honda B16 would be like a 240. Like a turbo engine or like a low compression engine would be like 180, 190 would be ideal. Once you start getting down to like 120 or below, your piston rings are going bad. And I'll show you guys. Let me set the phone down. Let me set this up and I'll show you guys. I just completed the compression test. As you guys can see, it's sitting at about 185, which to me is really good. For 230,000 miles, it's really good. I cranked the engine 3 times just to give myself good readings, and this was the best one, 185. To me, this is a really good reading. And I can do it to all 4. Take the time to help the customer out, but the customer said they were on a budget. They want to just fix it, but I want to do this courtesy compression test for them. But for 180, that shows me it's really good. If it's low on compression, then that tells me the rings are bad. But if there's no compression, then we have a problem. You either got bent valves, a hole in the piston. It's not holding compression. But number one key to an engine, I'll tell everybody, YouTube that's watching these videos, is compression. Compression is the key to any engine. Ask any diesel mechanic. Compression is the key. That is why modern diesel these days, they don't have glow plugs. They only use injectors. High compression, it ignites the cylinder by itself without sparks. That's the truth. I'm a certified diesel mechanic. I do cars as a living. I'm not bragging. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to talk. We're here to talk about this Camry. But compression is the key. If you guys can see, there it is, 185. You guys don't believe me? Listen. There you go. I'm gonna take it out. I just hand threaded in there. I'm gonna set the phone down, take my tool out. I'm gonna go down to the auto store, get new spark plug, ignition coil, and then install it, clear the light, plug the fuse back in, and then go for a test drive. But that should fix the problem. I always like to do this test. Some people just say, go ahead, just throw an ignition coil in it. Go ahead. Waste the customer's time and money, and then re-diagnose, because every professional mechanic knows comeback is free work. Free work. We call it comeback, as in you didn't fix it the first time, now you got to redo the second time, and second time you're not getting paid for it. Second time is free work. Honestly, I don't like to do free work. We're mechanics. We're here to make a profit. We're here to do it right. This test right here will honestly separate the parts changer from the real mechanics. So I'm gonna go down to the auto store and get the parts, come back. My truthful, honest mechanic opinion, change all 4. And I like to use AutoZone, not because I'm affiliate. It's because ignition coils and AutoZone are lifetime warranty. So you buy it once. If you plan to keep this car for a while, buy it once. You have the same problem, change it all out. Same time, over and over and over, free. All you got to do is pay the mechanic, or if you're a mechanic yourself, just do it yourself. That's the best word of advice that I got for you guys. Change them all at once. Less trouble. My compression tester is out. I'm gonna get ready to install the new spark plug and the ignition coil. I got them right here. Let me grab them for you guys. Okay, so got the new one right here. Like I said, I just went down to the local auto store, AutoZone, Duralast. This is lifetime warranty. Customer only wanted one. I recommend 4. Here's the spark plug. I only use NGKs for my imports. NGK. This is the iridium, laser iridium, whatever OEM recommends. This is the part number. I could put a link down below. I only use NGKs for all my imports. I like this brand. I'm not an affiliate. Like I said, I'm not an affiliate with NGK, nor with Duralast or with AutoZone. Like I said, I just like to help my customers out. Tell them that these are lifetime. This is the part, the ignition coil for these Camrys, 4-cylinder. I always like to use anti-seize on the thread. Most people are gonna say you don't need to. I like to because I know that I'm gonna be the mechanic for this car, and if I'm gonna have to change more spark plugs in the future, I don't like to struggle with fighting spark plugs. 16 millimeter. I'm pretty sure it's pre-gapped. If not, Google always helps to find the gap for this. New ignition coil. Plug it in. 10 millimeter bolt. You know. This ignition coil. Get out of the box. Plug it in. Plug this in. Tighten down your 10 millimeter. Once again, plug in your fuse if you're doing compression test to the fuel pump. Start the car. Put this flimsy cover on. It's just 3 little rubber grommets on the back. Yeah, this goes for those 2.5 engines. It's in the RAV4, the Scion, Camry. And most ignition coils will be the same concept. It's just where's it located or what car is it. But ignition coil is an ignition coil. You know, the Subarus are on the side here. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna finish up, return the car. Once again, YouTubers, I want to thank you guys.